Hello students, I am Savita More from Arts, Commerce and Science College Nasik Road. Today we are going to study next part of this topic, enhancement of food production, in lecture number 5. In this topic, in this lecture we are going to study role of microbes as biocontrol agent, role of microbes as biofertilizers and biofertilizer microorganisms. Now see role of microbes as biofertilizers. Fertilizers are nutrients which are necessary for the growth of plants and thus for the productivity of cultivated plants. So what are fertilizers? Fertilizers are the nutrients which are necessary for growth of plants and thus for the productivity of cultivated plants. Use of fertilizers for increasing productivity is one of the aspects of green revolution. Fertilizers are classified as inorganic, means chemical, and organic, biological. Inorganic fertilizers are synthetic. Synthetic means they can be produced artificially, where mineral salts of NPK, nitrogen, phosphate and potassium, NPK, are mixed in definite proportion and then dusted in the field. Non-judicious or excessive use of such fertilizers leads to pollution of soil, air and groundwater. Soil becomes acidic. Organic fertilizers are biological in origin and include farmyard manure, FYM, compost and green manure. Use of these fertilizers increases the fertility of soil. So organic fertilizers increases the fertility of soil, while synthetic fertilizers, they causes soil to become acidic and leads to pollution of soil, air and groundwater. So we should avoid using these chemical fertilizers or inorganic fertilizers, and we should use organic fertilizers like farmyard manure, compost and green manure, due to which soil fertility increases. Based on kinds of useful microorganisms, biofertilizers are mainly divided into three groups like bacteria, algae and fungi. Again, bacteria are divided into nitrogen fixing and phosphate solubilizing. Nitrogen fixing is again divided into two subgroups like symbiotic and non-symbiotic. Symbiotic means here both the partners are benefited. For example, rhizobium is the bacteria which is found in the root nodules of leguminous plants. While non-symbiotic, they are free living. They are not associated with any partner. Example is Azotobacter, and associative, that is Azospirillum. So these are nitrogen fixing bacteria. Symbiotic is Rhizobium, associative is Azospirillum and non-symbiotic is Azotobacter. While phosphate solubilizing bacteria are non-symbiotic, example is Bacillus species. Algae. Again, algae is classified into two types: nitrogen fixing, symbiotic and non-symbiotic. Symbiotic, found in association with algae, that is blue-green algae, found in association with azolla. Azolla is aquatic pteridophyte or aquatic fern. Non-symbiotic is blue-green algae. Then fungi, phosphate solubilizing, symbiotic, example is mycorrhiza. We are going to study two types of mycorrhiza, ectomycorrhiza and endomycorrhiza, as these mycorrhiza are associated with the roots of higher plants. We call them as symbiotic. And another group is a group of fungi is non-symbiotic. Example is aspergillus and penicillium. Nowadays, for better and sustainable agricultural production, farmers use biofertilizers and practice organic farming. Biofertilizers are mostly nitrogen fixing, living microorganisms which enrich the nutrient quality of soil. They include bacteria, cyanobacteria, and fungi. Remember that bacteria is different and cyanobacteria is different. Cyanobacteria is also called as blue-green algae and fungi. Biofertilizers are commercial preparation of ready to use live bacterial or fungal formulations. Their applications to plant, soil, or composting pits help to enrich the soil fertility due to their biological activity. Use of biofertilizer is cost effective and eco-friendly. It does not cause any type of pollution. That's why it is eco-friendly. They play a vital role in maintaining long-term soil fertility and sustainability. Nitrogen fixing biofertilizers. The nitrogen fixing microorganisms which convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogenous compounds like nitrites and nitrates via ammonia. Nitrogen fixing microorganisms are called diazotrophs. Underline this word. What is diazotrophs? Diazotrophs are the microorganisms which are used to fix the nitrogen. Symbiotic nitrogen fixing microorganisms. Symbiotics means I have already told you that they are found in association with another partner in which both the partners are benefited to each other. For example, Rhizobium, it is a type of bacteria. Anabina, it is a type of blue-green algae. Frankia, these are nitrogen fixing. Symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria, these are always associated with underground parts, that is roots of higher plants. Free living or non-symbiotic nitrogen fixing microorganisms like Azotobacter, Nostoc, Clostridium, Bergerinikia, Klebsiella. So remember the names of symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria and microorganisms, and free living or non-symbiotic nitrogen fixing microorganisms. So underline these names like Rhizobium, Anabina, Frankia, they are included under symbiotic nitrogen fixing, while Azotobacter, Nostoc, Clostridium, Bergerinikia, Klebsiella, they are included under free living or non-symbiotic nitrogen fixing microorganisms. See, phosphate solubilizing biofertilizers and compost making biofertilizers. These are the bacteria species which solubilize the insoluble inorganic phosphate compounds such as rock phosphate. For example, Pseudomonas striata. Underline this: Pseudomonas striata, Bacillus polymixa, Agrobacterium, Micrococcus, Aspergillus species, etc. They are used to solubilize the insoluble inorganic phosphate compound. Composting is a natural process that turns organic material into dark, rich substance called as compost. So what is composting? Composting is a natural process. It is a natural process that turns organic material into dark, rich substance called compost or humus. You see, below the tree or any plant which is grown in your garden or in pot, when the leaves fall on the soil, after few days these leaves will decompose, and black brownish particles appear on that soil. It is nothing but it is a compost or humus. The composting process is dependent on microorganisms to break down organic matter into compost. There are many types of microorganisms found in active compost such as bacteria, fungi, actinobacteria, protozoa and rotifers. Cyanobacteria as biofertilizers. Cyanobacteria, they are also called as blue-green algae. Many cyanobacteria are aquatic and terrestrial, free-living or symbiotic, aerobic, photosynthetic, nitrogen-fixing, heterocystous and non-heterocystous. Heterocystous means, you know this cyanobacteria. In class 11th, you had studied about cyanobacteria. This bacteria belongs to prokaryote and included in under kingdom Munira. So this filamentous body contains special types of cell. They are called as heterocyst. If heterocyst is present, they are called heterocystous. If heterocyst is absent, they are called as non-heterocystous form. Anabina, nostoc, Plectonema, Oscillatoria, Anabina, nostoc and Tolipothrix are associated with lichens. Lichens also you had studied in class 11. Here association is there between algae and fungi. Togetherly they are called as lichens, while Anabina is associated with plants like Azolla and Cycas. So Anabina, nostoc, Tolopeuthryx, they are associated with lichens, while Anabina is associated with plants like Azolla. Azolla is aquatic fern, and Cycas, which belongs to gymnosperm. So these are the plants which are associated with Anabina. Fungal biofertilizers. Mycorrhiza is a fungus. Myco means fungus, rhiza means roots. Is a fungus. It forms symbiotic association with underground parts like rhizomes and roots of higher plants, occurring in thick, humid forest. Higher plants means plants belonging to gymnosperm, angiosperm, we call them as higher plants. So this mycorrhiza, they show symbiotic association with plants like higher plants, and they are associated with the roots of these higher plants. These are discovered by Frank in 1885. There are two types, ectomycorrhiza and endomycorrhiza. Ectomycorrhiza, they have well developed mycelium that forms mantle on the outside of the roots. This increases absorptive surface area of roots and accelerates uptake of water and nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, calcium and potassium. Due to this, plant vigor, growth and yield increases. Some hyphae means they are outgrowths of this fungus. They are tubular structure, they are called as hyphae. So the body of fungus, it is made up of hyphae. You had studied in class 11. Hyphae of mycorrhizal fungus penetrate into the root and forms Hartig net in the intercellular spaces of the root cortex. Fungal biofertilizers. Mycorrhiza is a fungus. Myco means fungus, rhiza means roots. Is a fungus. It forms symbiotic association with underground parts like rhizomes and roots of higher plants, occurring in thick, humid forest. Higher plants means plants belonging to gymnosperm, angiosperm, we call them as higher plants. So this mycorrhiza, they show symbiotic association with plants like higher plants, and they are associated with the roots of these higher plants. These are discovered by Frank in 1885. There are two types, ectomycorrhiza and endomycorrhiza. Ectomycorrhiza, they have well developed mycelium that forms mantle on the outside of the roots. This increases absorptive surface area of roots and accelerates uptake of water and nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, calcium and potassium. Due to this, plant vigor, growth and yield increases. Some hyphae means they are outgrowths of this fungus. They are tubular structure, they are called as hyphae. So the body of fungus, it is made up of hyphae. You had studied in class 11. Hyphae of mycorrhizal fungus penetrate into the root and forms Hartig net in the intercellular spaces of the root cortex. Endomycorrhiza. Previously we had seen ectomycorrhiza. Ecto means outside. Here mycorrhiza forms the mantle by hyphae over the roots of higher plants. That's why it is called ectomycorrhiza. While endomycorrhiza, endo means inside. Hyphae of this fungi insert or they penetrate inside the cortical cells of the roots. Branches spreads in the cortical cells. You know the cortical cells of the roots. Epidermis, hypodermis, like this cortex cells are also there, different cells you had studied. Fungal hyphae penetrate the cells and forms finely branched arbuscles. Arbuscle means a swollen portion is there, swollen part is there. Intracellularly. Intracellularly means within the same cell and forms vesicles mostly in the intercellular spaces of the cortical cells. Hence they are called vesiculo-arbuscular mycorrhiza. Underline this, or VAM. Long form of VAM is vesicular arbuscular mycorrhizae. Why the name is given vesicular arbuscular? Because arbuscles are also formed, vesicles are formed inside the cortex cells of the plants, roots of these higher plants like pinus, etc. Nowadays they are described as AM fungi, arbuscular mycorrhizae fungi. The plants with VAM grow luxuriantly in less irrigated lands. Why they grow luxuriantly means why they flourish, why they grow more in size, because they show the association with this endomycorrhiza. The association of VAM with crop plant help in conversion of less productive field into more productive field. Underline this sentence. It may be answer to the question why VAM they are used in the crop field, because they convert the less productive field into more productive field. And what is the long form of VAM? It is vesicular arbuscular mycorrhizae. And they are seen only in endomycorrhizae, not in ectomycorrhizae. Biofertilizer microorganism. In this picture you see root of leguminous plant and root nodules are seen, small outgrowths, round or circular bulb like outgrowths are seen, they are called as nodule. Rhizobia are rod shaped motile aerobic gram negative. You know two types of bacteria are there, gram negative and gram positive. Gram is the name of the scientist. On the basis of this, on basis of staining property, these bacteria are called as gram negative or gram positive. Rhizobia is the gram negative bacteria. As it does not form spore, it is non-spore forming nitrogen fixing bacteria containing NOD genes and NIF genes. NOD genes they are for nodule formation and NIF genes are for nitrogen fixing genes. They form symbiotic association with roots of leguminous plants. Leguminous plants are legume bearing or pod bearing. Pod means sheng. In Marathi it is called as sheng. Groundnut, pea, beans, they are leguminous plants. They bring about nodule formation on the roots and multiply inside the nodule. They fix atmospheric nitrogen into organic forms, and due to this fixing of atmospheric nitrogen, the plant gets much nutrients and they grow very well. For example, Rhizobium leguminosarum, which is specific to pea, underline this, Rhizobium leguminosarum specific to pea, and Rhizobium fascioli, it is specific to beans. So you have to underline this for pea and for beans, which are specific. Here in this diagram you see root system of leguminous plant, 11.15 diagram. Here you see leguminous root which is infected, or you see root nodules Inside these root nodules, Rhizobium bacteria, it shows the symbiotic association with the roots of leguminous plants. Why symbiotic association? Because bacteria get shelter while roots get, or the plant gets nitrogen fixed by this rhizobium. That's why we use the term symbiotic. Another diagram, that is 11.16, it shows the tiers of root nodule. You see xylem, phloem, then root nodule. You can see here this root nodule shows the association with bacterial colonies. Inside these circular structures are present. They are nothing but rhizobium bacteria. Then see the figure 11.17, azolla. Azolla, it is the aquatic fern found in water. It also shows symbiotic association with Anabaena. Anabaena is blue-green algae. In 11.18 diagram, you can see the longitudinal section of azolla leaf. In this azolla leaf, you see the cavity. This cavity is filled with certain filamentous structure. This filamentous structure is nothing but it is blue-green algae called as Anabaena. This Anabaena fixes the nitrogen and it provides to the plant. Photosynthetic zone is also seen, dorsal lobe is seen. So in this 11.17 and 11.18 diagram, you can see azolla with Anabaena. Both partners are benefited to each other. How they are benefited to each other? Because Anabaena is blue-green algae which helps to fix the nitrogen and provide it to the plant. And in this type, here paddy cultivation is done. In this water, azolla is grown, then azolla is allowed to decompose and paddy saplings are grown in this type of stagnant water, so that while growing the paddy, it will utilize the nitrogen fixed by this azolla. So they are used as biofertilizers. Azospirillum, it is an example of biofertilizer, free living biological organism. It is a type of bacteria. It is free living aerobic nitrogen fixing bacterium associated with roots of corn, wheat and jowar. So these are non-leguminous plants. Corn, wheat and jowar, they are non-leguminous plant. This azospirillum is found freely living. It is not associated with leguminous plant. It is free living aerobic nitrogen fixing bacteria. It fixes the considerable quantity of nitrogen, 20 to 40 kg nitrogen per hectare in non-leguminous plants such as cereals, millets, cotton, oilseed, etc. Another example is Anabaena. It is genus of multicellular filamentous cyanobacteria that exists as plankton. Plankton means plants growing in water. It has ability to fix nitrogen and also form symbiotic relationship with certain plants such as corolloid roots of Cycas and Anthoceras thallus. It has some specialized and colorless cells called heterocysts, which are the sites of nitrogen fixation. So underline this statement, heterocysts, which are the sites of nitrogen fixation. These are specialized colorless cells. Underline corolloid roots. Corolloid roots are found in Cycas. Coral-like structure is present in class 11th while studying gymnosperm bryophytes. You had studied about Cycas and Anthoceras. Anthoceras is the example of bryophyte. Cycas is the example of gymnosperm. So these roots are root shows symbiotic association with Anabaena. It is also used for nitrogen fixation. In previous diagram we had seen azolla and its cavity shows the presence of Anabaena. So symbiotic association is seen between Anabaena, that is blue-green algae, and Azolla, which is called as aquatic fern. Azolla is free-floating water fern. Fern means it belongs to pteridophytes. In class 11th we had studied this. Azolla plant consists of floating rhizome or stem with small overlapping bilobed leaves and roots. The leaf shows dorsal and ventral lobe. In the dorsal lobe, Anabaena filaments are present in the erenchyma. Erenchyma, it is the type of tissue found in this floating water form, which in this erenchyma, Anabaena is present, and this Anabaena helps to fix the atmospheric nitrogen. Azolla can be used as biofertilizer in rice field, which I have explained you already.